In the book of Exodus, chapter 33 and verse 18, God's servant Moses prays this remarkable prayer. I beseech thee, Lord, show me thy glory. I beseech thee, Lord, show me thy glory. As a church this year, we have taken that to be our motto text and our prayer for 2025, that we would see something of God's glory. And more than that, we would know that God is being glorified in our lives and in our testimony. I beseech thee, Lord, show me thy glory. You know, David Brainerd, we often mention David Brainerd from time to time, and his Darien Journal is a classic of Christian literature. If you want something to stir your heart and fire your soul and ignite your passion for souls and your love for Christ, read the Diary and Journal of David Brainerd. Towards the beginning of the Diary and Journal of David Brainerd, he relates an experience that he had whenever he saw something personally of the glory of God. It happened round about the time of his conversion, way back in the year 1739 on the 12th of July. Just going to read an excerpt from the Diary and Journal of David Brainerd with that date, July 12th, 1739. Listen to what David Brainerd, the great pioneer missionary to the North American Indians, said. A young man, just in his late 20s, whenever he had this experience, didn't have all that long to live after it, but he crammed so much into his Christian life and work and witness. 12th of July, 1739. When I was walking again in the same solitary place where I was brought to see myself lost and helpless, as was before mentioned, and here, in a mournful, melancholy state, was attempting to pray, but found no heart to engage in that or any other duty. My former concern and exercise and religious affections were gone. I thought the Spirit of God had quite left me, but still was not distressed, yet disconsolate, as if there was nothing in heaven or earth could make me happy. And having been thus endeavouring to pray, though being, as I thought, very stupid and senseless, for near half an hour, and by this time the sun was about half an hour high, as I remember then, as I was walking in a thick, dark grove, unspeakable glory seemed to open to the view and apprehension of my soul. I do not mean any external brightness, for I saw no such thing, nor do I intend any imagination of a body of light somewhere away in the third heavens, or anything of that nature. But it was a new inward apprehension or view that I had of God, such as I never had before, nor anything which had the least resemblance of it. I stood still, and wondered and admired. I knew that I never had seen before anything comparable to it for excellency and beauty. It was widely different from all the conceptions that I ever had had of God or things divine. I had no particular apprehension of any one person of the Trinity, either the Father, the Son, or the Holy Ghost, but it appeared to be divine glory that I then beheld, and my soul rejoiced with joy unspeakable to see such a God, such a glorious divine being, and I was inwardly pleased and satisfied that he should be God over all forever and ever. My soul was so captivated and delighted with the excellency, loveliness, greatness, and other perfections of God that I was even swallowed up in him, at least to that degree that I had no thought, as I remembered first, about my own salvation, and scarce reflected there was such a creature as myself. Thus God, I trust, brought me to a hearty disposition to exalt him and set him on the throne, and principally and ultimately to aim at his honour and glory as King of the universe. What a vision of God. Isaiah chapter 6, read about Isaiah's vision of God. Ezekiel chapters 1 through 3, read about Ezekiel's visions of the glory of God. As we start out this year, what's your vision of God today? Do you serve a God that is full of glory? Have you experienced God's grace and glory and goodness in your life? Oh, that God this year would show us something of his glory. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.